Hello, I'm Adriana. In order to become a clear channel for the divine energy, I have worked on my issues, clearing out my vibration every single day for the past 8 years. This very deep inward journey has allowed me to become a clear vessel for channeled information, especially for those on a path of growth. Today's reading is going to be for an individual, and this is so that you feel supported and you have the clarity you need to bring more and more positive energy into the world around you. So while I'm shuffling the cards, let's go ahead and get our energies aligned. Let's align our energies. Opening up your energy field, your world to being red so that we get the clarity you need. If you could also please focus on grounding your energy, breathing into your feet or imagining the roots going into the ground from your feet, in order to bring in the clear energy and the clear wisdom that we need from the divine into the heart. Okay, I will show you the cards as I talk about them. For now, I'm just going to pull them out. So foundational cards first, please. This is the foundation of what's going on, what aspect of you is being highlighted or worked on at this time, as well as the situation. Okay, 9 of Pentacles, 9 of Wands, 2 of Wands opposing, and the Princess of Swords on the other side. Okay, we've got a difference of vision going on. We're going to look at what's going on in the relationships around you, and this will also kind of serve for the environment. Right, and in that we've got Strength, we've got 10 of Wands, and we've got the World. Okay. So, right away what I'm feeling is that someone or your perception of someone is making your life harder than it really is. You're carrying a lot and you're looking, it's almost like you can't see that you don't need to be doing that. It's that you don't see the completeness, or that you've already reached the top, but you're carrying around these extra tasks that you have that you won't let go of. Okay, we're going to get deeper into that. It's starting to emerge, but I want to look at the challenges, and then we'll look at the overall. Whoops, that challenge really fell out. Parallel harmony, going with the flow. Okay, and then I would like the spiritual lesson, please. Okay. So before I look at the spiritual lesson, what is really getting in your way at this time is you're not wanting to let go of a past relationship. You're not wanting to let go and just let the flow happen. You're not willing to let that passage, that release from your energy field happen. So what is our spiritual lesson? And 2 cards are going to come out for that. 7 of Pentacles along with the Rebirth. Okay. So I don't like reading the end of the book first, but I do like telling you where we're headed. And the lesson in all of this is that you're ready to emerge renewed. You're ready to emerge cut off from the past, and it is time to cut off from the past. There's something about these 2 figures, and they're both dressed in green. And they're both kind of doing so in a way, they're flanking. There's something about this is the doorway to walk through. And visually this is funny because this perspective, this is closer to us than this. And so it's like time is split in a way, but you're walking forward. The chance to walk forward is happening perhaps sooner than you had expected. But there's some difference in, I don't know if it's that it could be that you've been given a shortcut, but you're given the chance to take this leap in a time it's like you would have had two times to do this, but you're given the earlier one now. And there's positive consequences to you taking that time now. The hair pointed towards the Seven of Pentacles. So this is like taking your opportunities or taking your chances when they arrive. Because if you wait, then the timing may be off and you may not have as big opportunity, or there may be delays. This is about seizing the moment, really seizing the day. And so even if you're like, well, no, but I'm not ready for that. That's not supposed to happen for some time. It doesn't matter what you think. It's what's being presented to you. Is the opportunity there? Is the timing there? And part of what's happening is you're holding on to the caregiving energy or the caregiving responsibility for a weaker energy, Princess of Swords. So here's what's going on in that foundational line. Got Nine of Pentacles, we've got the Nine of Wands, and the Nine of Wands is staying put, but the Two of Wands is opposing. So there's a vision, there's a difference, a different way of looking forward. And also in this partnership, because twos can sometimes be partnerships as well, partnership with this other person, you're not fully allowing them to be self-sufficient, to be on their own, to be like this Nine of Pentacles. You're keeping them close, and they're also very smart with their words. They also know exactly what to say to make you think that they are less capable or weaker, perhaps. And the thing is that you keep getting burned every time you interact, or every time you give, or every time you allow them to make you think that they're weaker than you are. You're the one that gets hurt. And we had the Nine and the Ten of Wands, and the Ten of Wands was showing up in the relationship quadrant here. And so you're holding on to these burdens that the other person is giving you longer than you really need to. And the other thing that's coming through is that these burdens you're carrying around are like a badge of courage to you. It's like the more you suffer, or the more you give and don't receive in the same way, the more you feel, I don't know if it's justified, or that you're stronger somehow, or that you're the one, you're the good one, you're the more virtuous one. Badge of honor is coming through, definitely. But what you need to realize is that a badge of honor should make you stronger. In the end, this isn't making you stronger, because it's physically and emotionally and spiritually very draining to you. And so the world is saying this is complete now. Everything, we're complete in our dealings with this other person. It's time for you to just step back in the fullness of yourself and let the other person be who they are, be in the learning step that they are. What else is going on with this Princess of Swords and the Nine of Wands? There's a frustration from you that they should be in a different place than what they are. They should be doing something else. And the other thing that comes through with this Princess of Swords is they have a little bit of a shapeshiftery energy. It's like they're able to step right out of danger just in the nick of time, and they never fully get caught. Like you feel like they don't get caught because they sidestep that falling object. You know, in cartoons or something, where there's a heavy thing being thrown off a building and it's headed for someone, and at the last minute they step out of the way. That's what this energy is like. And this energy is also very deceptive in making you think that they've been through stuff that they haven't been. Like, oh yeah, I've been through that, I've suffered, they haven't gone through the deep character building aspects of suffering. Because again, they pull out at the last minute. I also want to say that this person feels like there's some commitment issues. Like they can't, is it relationships, or it feels like it's in general that they don't like to or have the ability to really stick to something and follow it all the way through. So you know, she's dressed well, right? She's dressed, she's got this little tiara or crown going on. So you can tell she's royalty, but has she earned that royalty? Has she really gone through the, has she gone through these? Has she gone through the challenges to create that true strength? You know, the true strength, I feel she's earned this tattered gown because she's pulled herself through. With this one, it's in tatters because it swirls around into so many different directions that she can't ever, or he can't ever get to a point of true mastery or true really knowing what's going on. Dabbler is also coming up, the kind of the energy that likes to do a lot of different things, and they can sound like they're an expert, but they're not, because they don't ever really do one thing all the way. So now your relationship with them, this isn't news to you, what I'm pointing out in their personality, but what is news is that you are holding on just as strongly as they are. And you're not realizing it because you think that you're pushing them, or you think that you're putting them on the right track and that you're giving them everything they need to step forward. But the best thing you can do for this person is to step back. That's our Nine of Pentacles behind you. These two cards couldn't be any more different, right? This one's really gritty and grungy and hot and looks oppressive. Like I'd rather not be here. I'd rather be here. It's very cool. It's very calm. She's very serene and collected. And yeah, there's no for me. There's no choice. But the thing is that your energy needs to step more towards this Nine of Pentacles, which is, I've got everything I need. Again, the World card. And I want to say, be a bit elusive with this energy. When they need you, or they call you, or they contact you, it's not the time to get back immediately. It's the less available you are, the more you force them to stand on their own 2 feet. And this is new for you, because again, the challenging energy, you can see where this is headed. You can feel this resonating with you, but there's a fear of losing that relationship. There's a fear of being alone, that if I step back from this relationship, I'm not going to have anything. And what you're being taught on the fast track to learn is that there is no true coming together or harmonious interaction. There's no true blending of equal energies if it's always coming at your expense. And the reason why you're afraid of this loss is because, how do I put this into words? When you're interacting with this person, you already feel the loss. That's why you're trying so hard. Because you know there's no true connection between the two of you, that it's based on obligation and need and duty, perhaps, all this stuff. There's no true connective tissue between the two of you. No true organic, like you're not made of the same soul stuff, or you're not cut from the same cloth. It's not there, and so you have to try so hard. And so what you're afraid of is facing that fact. Facing the fact that there is nothing connecting the two of you, and you're processing that or anticipating that as loss, but the truth is the loss is already there. In fact, it's like it's there and it's not, because what can be lost if there's nothing there? You're grieving a lost connection, but there was not a connection on the deep inside, because connection, true connection, is coming together in love. True connection is coming together from a common ground, so that every time you're together, the energy gets bigger and bigger and more, because the coming together of two energies that really resonate, that truly accept and love each other, that creates more. It doesn't drain. And so keep all of this in mind, because it's not just that the worst has happened, it's that you're already living out this life of loss in this energy with this other person. It's already creating the loss that you're afraid of. And again, you're having to work harder, 10 of Wands, to convince yourself it's not there. So you're given this opportunity to let go, because I think you've been feeling as of late that this person isn't really celebrating your presence in their life. They're not open to it. They're not liking it even. You may be sensing some resentment or some just some annoyance towards you. And so you're given a clear way that this relationship could just back off. You could just gracefully let it fold, let it move on, because you're given a time. This is the time now to step out. And I love the nakedness in this card, because it's unfettered. It's it's just pure, and it's without baggage. And you're given the chance to step forward in this new way, letting this heavy relationship go. And I want to find out a little bit more why this opportunity is coming to you sooner rather than later. And what I'm getting the feeling of is that if you wait and you don't take the steps to phase out of this relationship, you will have another opportunity, but because of your investment in it, it's going to be harder for you to step back at that point. How the other person feels will not change, but as you keep accumulating more and more commitment and dedication to it, it's harder for you to cut the tie. So, okay. Prince of Pentacles, the Tower, and the Nine of Swords. So this is saving you from future stress. It's saving you from future heartache. But it's also helping to open your eyes. So this was the, why is this opportunity coming to you sooner rather than later? It's helping to open your eyes to perhaps other things in your world that you need to become more aware of, how you are engaging with them. Are you likewise draining yourself in order to stay with them, in order to be with them? This was our third 9. So we've had 3 9s. And then our outcome or spiritual lesson was also a 9, 7 plus 2. So you're coming to a point of true culmination with this lesson. Tell me more about the Tower here. I feel like there's a new, like your energy is going to be rearranging itself in a new way, like you truly are being reborn. Really drawn to this knot right here, and then the contrasting, we've got this circular one here. So what I believe is happening is that the way that you go around and around and around about things and you over loop it in your head, that is getting, in a sense, broken down to reform into this one, which is it's more of a 3 type thing. It's a triangle, the feminine triangle, essentially. So it's giving you more, see, to me, it feels more stable, this little thing, but it's also more connected to that sacred feminine energy. So it's giving you a chance to be more grounded in that sacred feminine rather than the overworked, victimized feminine or the overactive masculine that keeps wanting to overprovide for those in your care. But there's something else going on. What is it? That if you're willing to let this relationship go at this time, it opens a door for you and it opens a bigger door for your light, because what's been happening is in order to engage in this relationship, you have been stifling your light because you haven't been able to focus on it. And it's like once this relationship falls away from your energetic attachment, more of your light just expands, and more of your light, like it's like it stretches and says, ah, finally I can be my full self. And what that does is it increases your magnetism. Because remember, moving light, moving electric field, so as more light is alive in you, that creates a magnet. That's is that Faraday's law? Can't remember whose law. I should know. Anyway, this is a fundamental law. So the more you have electricity moving, the more you have positive energetic movement, the stronger the magnetic pull towards those that truly resonate and can support you. And this process may feel, I don't think it's going to be the easiest thing for you to step back. It's not just like cutting a cord or just doing something quick. It may feel, you might feel a lot of resistance from yourself, from the other person, but ultimately the amount of relief and the amount of expansion that you're going to feel, it's unparalleled. There is so much energy coming off this Tower card. And so I feel like it opens up a big gateway. It allows more and more of your higher self to really pour into you and to be that support for you. And it make it to a point where other people don't recognize you. Even if this has happened a little bit, you're going to keep going in this direction where you're unrecognizable to those who are used to seeing you as smaller. All right, I want to get a future reading. One card. All right. And here's your new beginning. Here's the Fool walking off into this new adventure. And I was thinking about this a lot. New beginnings happen once the old has culminated. And that's what we have in this spread. So this is the time for you to start a new lesson, to start a new way of being, and to taste that divine sweetness and freshness that you've been asking for so long. These other patterns feel very stale to you. Again, the 9, it's been with you a long time. So, and look, all of these, do you see the triangles? But they're all interconnected. It's what we were talking about here. So it's like as your energy gets reconfigured into that grounded, more sacred, feminine, aligned energy, aligned with that sacred feminine energy, which means aligned with the heart, aligned with intuition, aligned with flow. And you can think of those as the 3 points of that triangle: intuition, flow, love. Then you find all of this happening, all of these connections happening, all these true connections rather than the false connections. And you feel more connected to your guides, perhaps. You feel connected to those around you. But it's with that blessing that you walk into this new path of the Fool. It's with that. This is really amazing. This was your spiritual opportunity, right? This was the spiritual lesson and spiritual outcome. We've got the sacred mistletoe here. It's also growing right here. And look what the Fool is holding. A sprig of mistletoe. So it's like you're holding the sacred lessons, and you're blessed by everything that you've learned from now, from back then until now, and you take the blessings of those as you walk into this new journey. So even if you don't know where it's headed, you're not quite sure if you can trust where you're headed or who you're attracting or what's going on, you're holding that divine blessing with you. I really love that. All this, the mistletoe coming in that Fool. And look, we've got our 3 cards, just like the 3 here. No mistletoe on this card, only growth. But this is truly a blessed moment for you. This chance to cut off the relationship early is truly a blessing. And so just remember that as you're going through perhaps the stormier process of letting this relationship go, that you're holding the blessings of the future and the past right in your hand. All right, thank you so much for joining me. Thank you for opening your energy field. Thank you to our guides and energies on the other side that want our growth, want to keep loving and supporting us. and guiding us on the way forward to be our highest and best selves. All right, I'll see you soon.